Oh, Lebanon. LeBron James is reportedly in the shadows,
Ah.
working to working to put together an Olympic team for the 2024 Summer Olympics.
Mm.
We talked about LeBron last week. Well, ancillarily, because we actually talked about his right hand man, Rich Paul,
Hmm. Hmm.
saying that LeBron, essentially is the greatest player of all time because he has to deal with media scrutiny that Michael Jordan never had to deal with. That's basically what he was saying.
uh,
So here we go again with LeBron, who's in the media again because he's allegedly recruiting NBA superstars for the Olympics next year.
hmm.
So this article from TMZ says report LeBron James recruiting NBA superstars for 2024 Olympics. LeBron James is reportedly putting together his next super team, recruiting the biggest names in the NBA to join him on Team USA for one last ride together at the 2024 Olympics. The four-time champion who hasn't played international hoops since winning gold at the London Games in 2012 is actively working to assemble a roster of the league's top American talent, according to Shams Charania, including guys like Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Jason Tatum, Draymond Green, and Anthony Davis. The news comes on the heels of Team USA's disappointing fourth place finish at the FIBA World Cup, but Shams noted James was assembling his team long before America's loss to Canada over the weekend. Team USA could be stacked from top to bottom as Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, and De'Aaron Fox have also reportedly shown interest in donning the red, white, and blue again. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Now, clearly, what is being put out there by the LeBron media machine,
Mm.
uh, and this is going to feed into my comments or thoughts on this whole thing, is that this is being orchestrated by LBJ. What do you think about this? I think LeBron will be by the time this comes around. I think what LeBron will be like 39 or 40 by the time that the Olympics start next summer,
Hmm.
something like that.
39.
I'll look that up. But yeah. So, what do you think about LeBron and this whole idea about him putting together this roster?
Um, I like it, I guess. It was embarrassing, just seeing the team that was out there. I was not impressed. And, to not even just to qualify to play in the championship is wow. So, yeah, it was embarrassing. So we needed to do something about it. Why not the ambassador of the NBA? Lebanon James, and Le GM, and recruiting. Yeah, because he liked to piece together teams anyway. He do it in the All-Star thing. His team LeBron always, so he's always assembling some master team. So him getting the Slim Reaper and the babyface assassin, whatever they call Steph Curry, Chef Curry, right? So what's that, Dame Dollars, right? Dame Time. So look, I like the names. It's star studded. These guys are all going to be in their 30s though. They're in their age. But it's not like the Dream Team wasn't in their age either. So yeah, these guys can get it done. And put some respect back on US name. I'm with it. But my thing is I never understood. I mean, I get it, but I don't like the fact that we always send our seed league team there. And I'm sitting there looking at the roster. There's guys sprinkled in there that I like their games, but it's like, to represent the US though, this is what we're doing. You know? And once I saw that we lost to Germany and Dennis Schroeder, I've never been a hater. I've never been a hater of Dennis Schroeder. I always felt like he had a decent enough game, and he gets under people's skin enough to make things happen in moments. So I never really had a problem with him. So for him to get under the skin of the entire United States, I was for that. Because people was actually, treating him like he's some type of bum.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, he showed you guys. So I appreciate that. Kind of like when Arroyo back in the day when he played for that Puerto Rico or something, and he was
yeah,
just saucing up the United
he
States.
was.
And I was like, see, and y'all keep him on the bench.
Yeah,
So what's this? So there's some stuff in the NBA where I don't really understand. The talent level is low. And one more thing, I'll let you go. To me, And the reason why this was so funny to me, for all those people out there that love to talk about how this new generation of people is more talented than the previous group. Oh yeah, well these y'all boys, right? Is it not Ingram? Is it not what's that boy name? The point guard, the light skinned dude, he's good. Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? Is it not these guys? There's nothing wrong with these guys' skill set. They can dribble like crazy. They can jump high as hell, but there's something missing in them boys. There's something missing in them boys. And that's what we be talking about when we talk about the generational differences. Those guys, those dudes were out there playing man ball. And this soft Olay stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, these guys are not cut right. So when they go out there and they play international and they play against men, they don't know how to hang, man. And it's embarrassing. So we got to go send our men out there to go do something. So for all those people out there that talk about how skilled this young generation is and how Kareem and them was playing against garbage men and all the other stuff, reevaluate your thought process when these guys go up against the world's best and lose. And you know, so how do you feel about this, man? I feel like this is chickens coming home to roost for this young generation that needs to get it together on the basketball court. How about you, man?
Yeah, we care. So we had, and by the way, the year, I believe it was 2004 when Arroyo was doing us in, and we sent that team out there that had Iverson and Andre Iguodala and Rudy Gay, I think, was on that team, and it just wasn't a very well constructed team, and we lost. I think we did bronze that year. And so after that embarrassment, then Kobe was on there. It was Kobe, LeBron, and Carmelo, and Wade, and it was the actual best players in the league. Right. So we care about the Olympics. We've won the gold medal every Olympics summer since 2004. So the Olympics isn't the issue. The issue is when we do the FIBA games. That's the issue, because that's when we get beat up on. And I do agree with you that I think it would be better if the USA cared as much about FIBA as we did about the Olympics, and sent our best players to compete even in FIBA, because then people like Noah Lyles wouldn't have a point. Because if you're going out there every year as the USA and dominating, even whether it's FIBA or not, you know, whether it's the world, because there's another world tournament that they do too. I forget the name of it, but you got FIBA, you got this other world tournament, and then you got the Olympics. We show up for the Olympics, but then for the other two, we don't care. And that's what, you know, gives people like Noah Lyles and Boris Cujo, you know, the opportunity to say that we don't dominate world basketball the way that we used to, because unless it's the Olympics, we're losing. So, but we're losing the plot here, guys. Okay, that's not the real reason that this is a story. Okay, and don't think I didn't notice this, Clutch Sports. All right, the reason why this is even a story is because, let's say they put this team together, they go out there, they dominate, and they win the gold. If they do that, bro. Because you know what I'm saying is true. Okay? You know that this is true. The rhetoric on that is going to be LeBron put this team together. And that's another reason why LeBron is the greatest player of all time. Because LeBron got on the phone and called up all these superstars and convinced them through LeBron's leadership. It was LeBron's leadership that got this team together.
Oh, man.
That's what they're going to say.
They can't do that.
That's what they're going to listen. Mark my words. Mike Greenberg, Kendrick Perkins, Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright, Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, all of the LeBron acolytes in the media. Okay. That's what they're going to say. LeBron got on the phone and he called these guys up because of his leadership. They can't say no to LeBron. So LeBron put this team together to go out there and represent Team USA in the aftermath of what happened in the FIBA games in 2023, to bring glory back to the USA. LeBron did that. And because LeBron did that, we can add this into his book of greatest of all time.
God, I can't.
That is the headline here. That's the headline. It's not that these guys are agreeing to play. It's that LeBron is the reason why.
Listen, hold on.
That's the plot. That's the
If
plot.
if they do this, if they do this, you're looking at this in 5D. Because I was just like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? You're like, nah, bro, it's a bigger picture, man. They playing chess with us. Because you know they're gonna win. You're right.
It's a right. It is, bro. You are. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They're going to win, and when they win, it'll be because LeBron brought it together.
I'm
And
not
then it'll
standing
be,
for that.
oh, Jordan never did that, because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna be like those guys who played for the Dream Team. Jordan didn't orchestrate that. He may have been the best player, but did he orchestrate it? No, LeBron orchestrated this team, and that's why he's the greatest player ever. You know, it is an inclusion in the LeBron superlatives that keep getting made up to move the goalposts in a direction which will make it incomprehensible for you to think that LeBron is anything other than the greatest player of all time. How can you say a guy who puts Olympians together, who's a social activist, who talks about racism on social media, and who builds schools? How can you now say that that guy is not the greatest of all time? How can you not?
Okay, so
So that's what this is about. That is what this is about.
let me ask you a question.
That's the plot here. That is the plot. It has nothing to do with the team itself. The plot is LeBron is putting it together. That's going to be his swan song. So another thing that they'll do, they will equate this gold medal to an additional NBA championship for them. So LeBron and the Lakers probably won't get it done. I don't think they'll be good enough to win the title. But LeBron got himself another gold medal though on a team that he put together. You don't think that they'll at least try to put that in the place of the championship that he couldn't win for his fifth ring? Of course they will, because it's him. That's what this is about.
Let me ask you a question now. So how big is your hate, man? So do you want to see us lose, or will you take this? Will you sit here and take this, and the media storm that comes afterward?
It's a moot point because they are going to win. However, if I am going to answer your question,
Yeah,
I would rather see the team lose, because the sheer amount of credit that he's going to get, to me, is going to be unbearable. It's going to be unbearable. He's going to get too much credit. Like, that's why I told you, bro. I told you off camera. I don't think I mentioned this before while we stream, but I'm a lifelong Miami Heat fan. In secret, the 4 years that LeBron was here, I rooted for us to lose. I wasn't doing it out loud because I would have got killed. But in secret, I was rooting for the Heat to lose during the LeBron years because I didn't want to stomach. I couldn't stomach the fact that he was going to get all the credit for that success, and he did. And that's what I didn't like about it. Forget the fact that he was surrounded by veterans who never made a bad play, guys who were just open on the outside and never missed open threes, well coached, well put together organization, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. No, it was because it's LeBron. I couldn't stand it. So in secret, I rooted for the Heat to lose those years. And when he left, it was the happiest day of my life as a Heat fan, outside of when the Heat won in 2006. So if I'm answering your question, yes, I would root for the Team USA to lose. But I guess that makes me a hater. Whatever, I don't care. Because it's not, you can call me a hater all you want. That doesn't make what I'm saying not true. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a notch on the belt of LeBron is the greatest player of all time because he put the team together. That's the headline. And people are going to lose sight of that in lieu of, oh man, Kevin Durant, Steph, Jason Tatum. Oh, we're going to be out there balling out. But the underlying headline is going to be LeBron did this. This is what LeBron did.
We'll see what happens out there, man. Yeah, and my takeaway from the Heat days, real quick. I didn't want us to lose, but I wasn't mad that we lost. And especially when we lost to the Spurs and the Mavericks. and the way we lost when them beating us playing team basketball. And we were sitting there playing LeBron ball, front runner ball, and got beat by a team that was actually playing disciplined, sound defense and offense. So yeah, that I was like, yeah, we deserve to lose playing that dumb type of basketball. So if we go to Team USA and we out there front running and ice in our veins and doing all this goofy stuff, yeah, I'm low key gonna be like, yeah, because y'all not keeping it basketball. I mean, I'm a basketball purist, if you will. You know, I like the people that just play ball, you know, and same thing with football. I mean, Nick Chubb, I love Nick Chubb because he just runs and he's not flashy. He just runs. He's efficient. He scores a touchdown. He hands it to the ref. Everybody slapping him on the head. He just want to get to the sideline. I love that. Just go play football. So same thing with basketball. Just play basketball. If you hit a three, cool, man, but not after every three. We're not doing this after every three. You know, we're not shimmying, you know, after you know, like, what are we doing?
Especially when you're somebody who's not even a shooter. You're shooting like 31% on threes for the season.
Come on, man.
You're a bad shooter, and yet you're hitting shots and you're doing the thing. Like, you can't shoot like that, bro. You're shooting 30% and you're doing this. Get out of here.
Yeah, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Let's keep it basketball, but everybody wants to emote like they're playing 2K or something. So it's just like, oh my God, bro, just keep it basketball. So if they're keeping it basketball, if they're out there to go handle business, because that Kobe team, we went to go handle business.
Yeah, well, they were actually led by a guy who's a leader and who doesn't do that stuff.
Exactly. That's my point. So we went out there to handle business, real Mamba-like. They went out there with a mission and they went out there and achieved it. So let's see if Captain LeBron. Yeah. Let's prove this narrative. And by the way, this is like, you know, in comparison, right? The last decade or so, last 15 years or whatever, Alabama has been running college football. And they put out a blueprint on how to dominate year after year after year after year. So after winning one national championship, okay, that's not good enough. We got to go out there and dominate again and go out there and whoop people. So when we look back, there's a track record of greatness when it comes to the Olympics. There's a way you win. You don't just win, because we're past just winning, especially if we want to send our top tier cream of the crop of the world. Oh, these are the best players in the world, best shooter ever in history, best player ever in history, the Slim Reaper, the third or fourth best shooter ever in history. So you're going to have this whole historical team, right? All these top 75 people, Anthony Davis and all this other shit. So you're going to have all y'all top representatives from all this media garbage representing against world talent. I better see you guys annihilate. And if I don't see that, if y'all just going out there brushing off wins, I'm not impressed. And again, that's going to prove another point. And people can say that, oh, international players have gotten better over the time and they don't have to compete with it. I don't want to hear that, because we always hearing how great these players are in the United States compared to the old heads. So if these guys are leaps and bounds up better than Magic and Jordan, right? If they're leaps and bounds better than those people, then I don't care how great the competition got across the world. We should still be dominating across the world. So there's a way we win this. It's not just winning it. So if we win it in a way where it's like, hey, we went in there, we handle business, we got a pro and LeBron, a leader and all that stuff, and we going out there and we're winning by 25 plus a night, I'm with that. But if they just eking out wins and they just, oh, United States pulls off the victory, I don't want to hear that. And then I'll just, in one foul swoop, this would be a good catch-all bucket too. I want to see them all go. And this would be a good catch-all bucket. And just one foul swoop. If they disappoint, that's one just whoop. Y'all are not better than those people that I grew up watching. And that's the proof. So let's see how you guys handle it. Top 75. I can't believe that stuff. Anthony Davis, top 75. Are you kidding me? How do you put him in the top 75? I can go on all day about that, man.
I don't know. I suspect that will be the result. If it's the best players,
Hmm.
I suspect that it will be that way,
They better.
and it would have to be that way because you can't have the team winning. Like LeBron can't get credit for something that isn't like pristine. So it has to be because LeBron's going to get the credit for the success. So because LeBron's going to get the credit for the success has to be pristine.
They better be.
So they have to blow everybody out because otherwise it's going to stain LeBron. So we can't have LeBron being stained. Therefore, it must be in dominating fashion because you can't attach a level of credit to anything with LeBron's name if it is not pristine. So that's what's going to happen. I suspect that that's what's going to happen
Blow
because
them
it's
out.
being set up. This is being set up as another triumph, not for Team USA, but for LeBron. That's what this is being set up as.
Mhm.
Trust me. That's what's happening here because we're going to win. The Olympics, the best players get out there. But if the story is LeBron put the team together, it facilitates LeBron getting the credit, which is what they love. They need LeBron to get the credit. So
And
that's what's going to happen.
they, hey, dominate, dominate. I better see a dominant and, like you said, a pristine performance. And if I see
Yeah.
that, I might end up giving him more credit than he deserves. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good little stage for him to prove something. You know, you could say it's in the latter part of his career, but hey, man, this is the GOAT, right? So you better go out there and do some GOAT type stuff on a world stage.
I guess. Yeah. Good luck,
Yeah,
Team
boy.
USA. Good luck, Team USA. Gosh. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen, man.
Oh my goodness.